Once upon a time in a lush, green meadow, there was a speedy hare and a slow-moving tortoise. The hare, named Harry, was very proud of his speed. He often boasted to the other animals, "I'm the fastest creature in the whole meadow. No one can beat me in a race." The tortoise, named Timmy, listened quietly but never responded. One day, Harry challenged everyone to a race, bragging, "I'll race anyone who thinks they can beat me." Timmy, who had heard enough of Harry's bragging, stepped forward and said, "I'll race you." The other animals in the meadow were shocked. They knew that Timmy was very slow compared to Harry. But Timmy was determined and said, "Let's start the race." The race began, and Harry darted off with incredible speed. He was so far ahead that he decided to take a nap under a shady tree, confident that he would win easily. Meanwhile, Timmy kept moving at his steady pace. As the sun moved across the sky, Timmy slowly and steadily made his way past Harry, who was still fast asleep. The other animals watched in amazement as Timmy continued his slow and steady progress. When Harry finally woke up, he realized that Timmy was almost at the finish line. Panicking, Harry dashed towards the finish line, but it was too late. Once upon a time, in a peaceful meadow, there lived a small, fluffy rabbit named Benny. Benny was known for his soft white fur and big, curious eyes. Though Benny was small, he had a big heart and was always ready for an adventure. One sunny morning, Benny was hopping through the meadow when he heard a cry for help. It was coming from the nearby forest. Benny's ears perked up. He knew he had to help, even though he was a bit scared. Following the sound, Benny hopped into the forest. The tall trees and thick bushes made the forest look dark and mysterious, but Benny was determined. He followed the cry until he reached a little squirrel stuck in a net. "Oh no! What happened?" Benny asked, his whiskers twitching. "I was trying to collect nuts, and I got caught in this net," the squirrel replied, looking worried. Benny thought for a moment. He remembered that his friend, the wise old owl, lived in the tallest tree. He might know what to do. Benny scampered to the owl's tree and asked for help. The wise old owl hooted softly and said, "You're very brave to come here. If you can find the knot in the net and pull it gently, you might be able to set the squirrel free." With the owl's advice in mind, Benny hurried back to the squirrel. Carefully, he found the knot and started to work on it. He pulled and twisted the net until, at last, it was loose enough for the squirrel to wriggle free. "Oh, thank you so much," the squirrel exclaimed, hugging Benny. "I thought I was stuck forever." Benny smiled and said, "I'm glad I could help. We should always look out for each other." From that day on, Benny was known as the bravest rabbit in the meadow. He learned that even the smallest creatures can make a big difference with a kind heart and a little courage. And so, Benny continued to explore and help his friends, always ready for the next adventure. Lila was a curious little rabbit with a heart full of dreams. She lived in a cozy burrow under a large oak tree in the Whispering Woods. Every day, she would look at the far-off hills and imagine what lay beyond. One sunny morning, Lila decided it was time to find out. She packed a small bag with carrots and a map and hopped out of her burrow just as her best friend, Ben the squirrel, was passing by. "Where are you going, Lila?" Ben asked, tilting his head. "I'm off to explore the hills," Lila replied with a twinkle in her eye. Ben, always up for an adventure himself, decided to join her. They bounced and scampered through the woods, meeting friendly creatures along the way. Mr. Owl gave them wise tips on staying safe, and Mrs. Hedgehog shared some berries for energy. As they climbed higher, they encountered a babbling brook. "Let's build a bridge," Ben suggested, and using some fallen branches and leaves, the two friends managed to cross it. At the top of the hill, they found a meadow filled with flowers of every color. "Wow, it's beautiful," Lila whispered in awe. They spent the afternoon playing and exploring, even discovering a hidden pond with sparkling water. As the sun began to set, Lila and Ben knew it was time to head home. They retraced their steps, said goodbye to the new friends they had made, and reached Lila's burrow just as the first stars appeared in the sky. "Today was amazing," Lila said, her eyes sparkling. "Yes, and there's so much more to explore," Ben added with excitement. They agreed to have many more adventures together, discovering the wonders that lay beyond their familiar forest. And so, Lila and Ben's days were filled with excitement, learning, and the joy of friendship, proving that curiosity and bravery can lead to the most unforgettable journeys. Pip was no ordinary squirrel. While other squirrels were content gathering nuts and acorns, Pip was always curious about what lay beyond the comfort of the familiar oak trees. One crisp autumn morning, Pip decided to venture out farther than ever before. He bid farewell to his cozy nest and scampered off, excitement in his tiny heart. As he raced through the forest, Pip stumbled upon a hidden pathway blanketed with golden leaves. He followed it eagerly, wondering what discoveries awaited him. Suddenly, he heard a faint cry for help. Pip traced the sound to a little mouse named Milo, who was stuck in a thorny bush. The brave squirrel wasted no time and used his strong teeth to nibble away the sharp thorns, freeing Milo, who was extremely grateful. Together, they continued down the mysterious path, sharing stories of their lives and dreams. Soon, they arrived at a magical glade bathed in light. At the center stood an ancient tree, towering and majestic, with branches adorned with sparkling fruit. The shimmering fruits seemed to glow with an inner light, and both Pip and Milo's eyes widened with amazement. Curiosity piqued, Pip climbed the tree and plucked one of the glowing fruits. As soon as he did, the tree began to speak in a gentle, wise voice. It revealed that the fruit was enchanted, granting a single wish to whoever found it. Milo wished for a safe and warm home, while Pip wished for more adventures with new friends. In an instant, Milo's home was transformed into a cozy little house with a fireplace and soft bed, and Pip felt a surge of joy with the promise of future adventures. The ancient tree blessed them both and reminded them that curiosity and kindness can lead to the most unexpected and wonderful journeys. Pip and Milo returned to their forest, hearts full and spirits high, ready for many more adventures together. From that day on, Pip the squirrel and Milo the mouse remained the best of friends, and their tales of friendship and bravery spread far and wide. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there was a small village nestled between the rolling hills and the edge of a vast, enchanted forest. The villagers spoke of magical creatures and hidden treasures within the forest, but seldom did anyone venture inside, for it was said to be protected by an ancient magic. In this village lived a curious and brave young girl named Alara. She had always been fascinated by the stories of the enchanted forest and longed for an adventure. One sunny morning, with her trusty cat Whiskers by her side, Alara decided that she would explore the mysterious woods. She packed her satchel with some bread, cheese, and an old, tattered map that her grandfather had given her, and set off towards the forest. As soon as she stepped under the canopy of trees, she felt a tingling sensation, and the air around her seemed to shimmer with magic. She walked for what felt like hours, guided by the whispers of the wind and the glowing fungi that lit her path. Suddenly, she stumbled upon a small, sparkling stream where she decided to rest and have some lunch. As she sat by the stream, she heard a soft, melodic voice singing. Intrigued, Alara followed the voice and soon found herself face to face with a beautiful fairy named Lyra. Lyra had iridescent wings and a warm smile that made Alara feel at ease. Welcome, brave traveler, Lyra said. Not many dare to enter the enchanted forest. What brings you here? Elara told Lyra about her love for adventure and her desire to uncover the secrets of the forest. Lyra smiled and decided to help Elara on her journey. She sprinkled some fairy dust on Elara and Whiskers, granting them the ability to understand the language of the forest creatures. Together, they encountered many wondrous beings, talking trees that shared ancient wisdom, mischievous sprites that played tricks, and wise old owls that guided them. With each encounter, Elara grew more confident and brave. One evening, as the sun set and the forest glowed with a soft, golden light, Lyra led Elara to a hidden glade where an ancient, grand tree stood. This is the heart of the forest, Lyra explained. It is said that whoever touches the heart will be granted one wish. Elara approached the tree, feeling its immense power and warmth. She thought about her wish carefully and finally placed her hand on the tree's trunk. I wish for everyone to see and appreciate the magic of the forest, so it will be protected forever, she whispered. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a brave little girl named Lily. Lily had a magical pet unicorn named Sparkle. Together, they went on exciting adventures in the enchanted forest. One day, they discovered a hidden treasure chest filled with sparkling gems. As they journeyed back home, they encountered a mischievous dragon blocking their path. With courage and kindness, Lily and Sparkle befriended the dragon, who then helped them safely return the treasure to its rightful place. From that day on, Lily, Sparkle, and the dragon became the best of friends, exploring the wonders of the magical land together.